Memorial Stadium. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams as Week 1 showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the LSU Tigers and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Death Valley, the tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. It's Davidson. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense putting points on the board. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. He's going to take off. Still on his feet at the 40. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. They're going to ride this running back.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
A big play gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Rushes on him. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it down. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to me.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. double pass. Going to try to get it himself. They knock him down at the 21. It's a pickup of 5 yards on the play and enough for a first down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. Clemson jumps to the line. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers!
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up.
Oh, they block it. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On the ground, it's Berry. Plows through the defense. Finding some room. Got enough for the first. The 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. This offense needs to put together a scoring drive to keep up, trailing 14-6. Trying to make magic with his feet.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the ride. Quick toss. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air. It's Denson. Under fire. At midfield, he's got room. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. looking to pass. Pulled down for the tackle. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Running inside, it's Johnson. What tremendous vision to find the crease and explode through it. He's down to the 31. This quarterback part of their running game. Shakes off the defender. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback.
Breaks into the open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
And, man, this defense, they look a little bit frustrated. Like, he's done this time and time again here in the first half, and it's still early in this football game, but they got to find an answer for his legs. Like, he's chewing up too many yards, making too many big plays. Got to find a way to make him one-dimensional and make some bad things happen when he tries to take off and run the football.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
Wants to throw. It's Denson. Going to have to run it now. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. So a well-executed 8-phase 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. On the move, it's Berry. And they get him down. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Right back to him on the ground. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And that adds to a successful day. 100 yards rushing of the day. That's what you strive for. Usually when you hit that 100-yard mark, a lot of times you're saying my offense is going to win, my team is going to win. He's at the 100-yard mark, so that's a good thing for the offense.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Corners are going to bail. Handoff, Caden Durham. Makes it past the marker. Turns it on down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Davidson. Crosses to 40. Makes the grab in their space. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tiger. Rolled his way into the end zone.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
Here's a give to Durham. Got enough for the first. They believe in this running game, and he's out across the 40 to the 43 before going out of bounds. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality in the ground. Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Berry. At the 35, he's open. Right down the middle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Second down coming up. Right back to the well. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Clemson is quick to the line. Looking for a man. It's Denson. He's going to run it. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll pull it down and run. He's knocked down short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The run inside. It's Johnson. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Bought a little time, lets it go. Catch in the middle, it's Durham. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space with the 1st down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
And, man, this offense, man, is so nice to have a guy that you can hand the football to and he can take off and make big plays down the field. He can break tackles. He can outrun you. He shows you a little bit of everything. This defense, they better dial in on him because he's going to get the football, and he can make big plays.
On the ground, it's Berry. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Takes a hit as he fires. Complete in the middle. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The Tigers right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Looking to pass. It's Levin. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop them on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds his big tight end. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? On the move. Oh, he just held it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the ball is going to land out of bounds. They'll maintain possession and pick up a few yards in the process.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble. You just couldn't secure it.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Back to pass. It's Denson. Oh, they're after him. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Clemson calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Kick is short, and he's going to try to make something happen. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's get right to it with Liberty taking on the James Madison Dukes. And it's the Flames with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. This will push them to 2-0 on the season.
So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was...
There he goes! Forced out of bounds right at the 33-yard line. Really good pickup there. You've probably heard this before. LSU is steamrolling people on the ground right now. And this guy could be pushing what Leonard Fournette tried to do and getting close to 2,000 yards in the season.
And when you think about a defense, it all starts and stops with the run game. And I got to get that stop, but I can't stop this guy. I mean, he's been unbelievable, and this LSU offense has been so physical up front. I'll tell you what, I got to commit everybody to try to get a stop.
This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. The give to Caden Durham. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Handoff, Caden Durham. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Finds a tight end.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
He'll take it on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The long missed field goal squashed any hopes of scoring on the last drive. They'll try to get something done this time. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They go right back to it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The Tigers racing to the line in a hurry-up. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Defense not showing press coverage. Back to throw, it's Levin. Just a short pass to the tight end. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And that's really the sign of a tight end that's elite. When you start recruiting these guys, man, can you make the first guy miss? That's what makes a tight end go from really, really good to elite. And he does a great job breaking the tackle and then starts chewing up yards after the catch. That's exactly what you want from a great tight end.
Oh, better look out!
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Defense playing a bail technique. Running inside, it's Berry. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd down, here's Durham. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain. It's 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
They're nose to nose at the midfield stripe on 4th and inches. Guys, LSU has the lead here. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. they don't convert on fourth down. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. Caden Durham again. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the
first down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Handoff, Durham running left. Picks up the first down. Maybe a crease. Touchdown Tigers! Once he got some room, it was over.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Trying to escape and get it himself. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Throws it back. Here's a heat. Push down for the tackle. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. He'll pitch it. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. To throw, it's Denson. Bringing the heat. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. The Tigers are back on top.
Man, how nice is it to be down, and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back and he can make big plays like that. Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back in the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit home, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves, too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation, if they're expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the 4th quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
And I tell you what, when you drop back and you know you got that slot work in the middle of the field and you know how fast he is, you just wait for him to come open, throw that strike, and you know he'll take care of the rest. Nice throw, nice catch.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Hauls it in, looking for space. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They fought their way back. A scoring drive, the stop, and now a chance to pull. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that's a better job by this defense. That's exactly what they've got to start doing more. He's had a lot of success on the ground. It's apparent he will take off and move. So how do we keep him in the pocket? Get him behind the line of scrimmage, fluster him a little bit, and don't let him use those wheels.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. Wide receiver comes in motion. Throws it back. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Calls his own number. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Hey, man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field. But they did. It was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that first down.
Looking for a man. It's Denson. Under fire. He gets away. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play. They're dealing with a second and long. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half, and it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. that could be a costly play.
It's fourth down. They need a touchdown, but they have to do a better job in pass protection. They've given up back-to-back sacks. That's the critical factor here on this fourth down play.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. Fourth down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the fourth quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go out and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
They'll run it to the right side. There's a crease. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Here's Durham. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play. Nickelback on the field, looking pass as they try to keep this a one-possession game in the fourth. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, LSU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season.
Well, obviously this team didn't get the start they wanted to on the year, coming into this one 0-1, but a great job there getting that drive, putting 6 up on the board. They've got a comfortable lead. They wanted to turn the page and start to build momentum. This is a massive win for this program.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Davidson. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. Throws it back. Here comes the heat. Trying to get away. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Clemson jumps to the line. Maybe a double pass. Makes a catch. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.